Hello, my name is Matthew Ng, and I am with the Honolulu-based Ka'anani'au LLC, the regional training and technical assistance providers for the ANA Pacific region. Today's video will provide guidance on understanding and managing your Administration for Native Americans Grant Award. Specifically, we'll be talking about how to submit a request for a no-cost extension to what would otherwise be the end of the final year of your ANA grant-funded project. So no-cost extensions are for grantees who might be currently behind on their project activities and spending and are in their final year and need an extension to complete their project. And this extension can be a period of up to 12 months, and you as the grantee will be required to also submit a plan for completing your outstanding activities within this 12-month period. Before you can apply for a no-cost extension, you'll need to speak with your program specialist. Your program specialist will then need to approve your request in order to initiate the actual amendment application process. You will need to submit your request at least 45 days prior to the end of your final project year. Requests that are made based solely on the fact that unobligated funds still remain at the end of your project will be denied. You actually need to be addressing outstanding project objectives specifically and not just be asking for an extension because you have extra money left over. There are 5 main parts to the no-cost extension application. First, you're going to have to include a cover letter. This is going to be a 1 or 2 page letter that explains why the extension is needed and defines the new project end date. This letter should be submitted on the official organization's letterhead, and it should be signed by the authorized organizational representative on file with ANA. You'll also need to include your project narrative. This will be a multi-page PDF document. In this document, you're going to have to describe the project activities that still need to be completed, along with all the detail for how those will be completed and some justification for why it's important to complete this at the end of your project period. You'll also need to include an official project timeline. This can be submitted in the form of your OWP, and we'll cover how to format this with an additional status column in a little bit. You will also need to submit the most recent version of your SF425. If you haven't already done that, please complete it for your final project period and upload that as well. In addition, you'll have to submit your SF424 and your SF424A. These will be completed completely online in order to break down the expenditures that will need to be spent. You want to start with the SF424A first, as it will auto-populate some fields in the 424. The final item to be submitted will be the budget narrative. This you'll need to justify all of the requested expenditures that you'll need to make during the extension period, and you may also be required to submit a line item budget to detail each of the different items by category that you'll be needing to purchase using your unspent funds. So to apply for a no-cost extension amendment to your current grant, you want to start by logging in to GrantSolutions. The next step is to find the grant that you are trying to amend. Click on Manage Amendments. Then you'll want to create a new amendment. Select No Cost Extension as your amendment type and click Create Amendment to start your no cost extension application. After you complete each document, you'll need to upload it to your GrantSolutions amendment homepage by attaching it to the respective line item. In this case, we're going to upload our cover letter to our amendment request. To do so, click the Uploaded Files link. Click on Upload an Attachment. write in a title, such as NCE cover letter. Then click Choose File and find the document you're attaching from your computer. When you're ready, click Attach to upload your document. Close the attachment page and verify that a green check mark appears in the status column related to the document you just uploaded. So as I mentioned earlier, as part of your project narrative form, you're going to have to include a timeline for how you expect to finish all of your outstanding objectives during the extension period. The best way to indicate that timeline is by using ANA's OWP, or Objective Work Plan. But unlike the OWP you've created for previous funding periods, this one will need to include an additional column with the heading Status. This column will need to indicate the percent complete that is the current status of each activity, as well as a new end date which will occur during some point during the requested extension period. After you're done with this new OWP, save it and include it as part of your project narrative form and upload it with the project narrative. You'll also need to fill out your SF424 and your SF424A online. Start with your SF424A. It'll make things easier since it'll auto-populate other fields in the SF424. In Section A, make sure you list in separate columns your federal and non-federal portions in columns C and D. You should also do this in Section B on budget categories. In column 1, list your federal share and list your non-federal share in column 2. Your program specialist may ask you to submit a detailed line item budget showing how your remaining expenditures will be spent. This budget should be formatted similar to how you would format your regular annual carryover budgets, with the exception of one additional column, which will have the heading Extended Budget. This is where you'll spell out exactly how much will be spent during your extension period. Once all of the required documents have been uploaded and filled out, click the Verify Submission button. GrantSolutions will ask you to verify that all of the documents you've already uploaded are the ones that you actually want to submit. If everything looks okay, click Final Submission, and you'll see an amendment status confirmation that will confirm that your application was submitted successfully. After submitting your no-cost extension successfully on GrantSolutions, your application will be reviewed by your program specialist, by ANA administrators, and then by the Office of Grants Management. Until you receive approval from OGM directly, don't assume that your request has been approved. And remember, carryover balances are only allowable for those unmet goals and objectives from the previous year and must be justified according to those unmet goals and objectives. Any leftover monies from met goals or objectives or those that are not explicitly approved will not be allowable. To find resources and information used in this video, check out the ANA Grantee Toolkit, a resource of ANA. If you still need help with anything mentioned in this video, please contact your regional TTA center. This has been a presentation of the Administration for Native Americans.